Erotica for Horny Women, the ultimate collection of explicit sex stories. Written by Sandra Novel. Narrated by Chaleeya Yee. I'm still slim and shapely. The store wasn't open yet as I walked through my department, women's clothes, to put my purse away in the back. Mary hollered out, "Hey, Jenny, how's it hanging?" When I said hollered, I was being literal. There was nothing subtle about her. Mary is one of those chubby, and I'm trying to be kind, women who can no longer see between their legs because their gut hangs over everything down there. Never have been to her house or double-wide trailer, whatever it is, but I envision it is full of stray cats and dogs, and surely no man or husband or partner of any kind to be found, or even a trace of a past one. I'm older. Not old. Let's just say I'm over 40. Well, not more than 10 years older than that. Age has been good to me. I'm still slim and shapely, tall and pretty, long gray hair, usually in a ponytail. Head still turn. I guess heart still pound once in a while. I like to think so. But quite a few miles on my chassis, some worn parts here and there. I use Jenny, rather than Jen or Jennifer. That is my one holdout to my youth. This is a good department to work in. I love to look at some of the women that shop here. Oh my, there are some beauties too. Lots of regulars. Know most of them by name. A little chit-chat with them. Never have been so bold to try and meet any of them socially. Would like to, of course. A few I use for mental imagery when I masturbate. Something I love to do. My fingers and I are real good friends. Lovers, you might say. Even if the relationship is a bit one-sided. Sometimes, a customer will need some help in the dressing room, usually picked up the wrong size. One morning, a pretty woman, yes, late 20s, early 30s maybe, asked me to get her a different size dress. When I returned, she opened the door and was naked from top to bottom. Her body was better than anything I'd seen in a porn movie. Perky breasts, nice waist, fine hips. My pussy was shaking and dripping, almost puddling on the floor. Guess that's one problem with not wearing panties. As I looked at her, she looked straight at my face. "Thought you would like this." I just stood there like a fool. My hand trembled over my crotch. I wanted so badly to touch myself. I really wanted to touch her too, but I was afraid I'd get fired. There was not a speck of hair between her legs, and that was exactly where she was touching herself now. I knew there were some cameras in this area, but none that could see into a dressing enclosure. I closed the door and stood in front of her. "I can't quite reach this part." Of course she could. She already was. Her hand clearly between her legs, and she was begging for me to touch her. Or she was just messing with my head. I went for the gold. "Let me help." I placed my hand over her mound. A fingertip slid between the soft folds of skin. I don't know who was wetter, but she was definitely very damp. She threw her head back as my finger ran across her clit. A soft gasp escaped her slightly open mouth. Her hands rested on my shoulders for support as I continued to flick her clit. Her fingers squeezed my shoulders very tight for a moment. "Oh, thank you." She glanced at my name tag. "Jenny, I think I'm ready to try that other size now." That kind of break in the day is rare, but not as rare as you might think. I live for those days. I always love to look, to get more memories. My life is made of memories like that. Back from lunch that day, I strolled through the department to see if anyone needed help. Over by the dresses, I saw Kim. She was one of my more favorite customers and had been coming in maybe once, sometimes twice a week for the last few months. Like all others,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?